everyone. Today I shall be making Efo Riro. Efo Riro is Nigerian soup which is very easy to make. This soup can go with anything like semo, pounded yam, boiled yam, rice. In fact, the soup is so versatile. It goes with so many things, yet it is very easy to make. So let's get right into the video. For today's soup, I shall be using beef and shaki, that is tripe. So into my clean pot, I added my beef and I added my washed shaki. So you have to make sure that the tripe is properly washed, like neatly washed. Then after that, I went in with my salt, my seasoning cube, and I added water, covered the pot, and I put it on fire to cook. Please note that you can use any protein of your choice. You can use goat meat, you can use chicken. Just use what you have. You can still use only fish if that is what you have, and the soup will come out well. So while my meat is on fire cooking, I went ahead to prepare my tomato pepper mix. So I am going to roughly blend pepper, shombo, tomato and onions. So I'm going to blend them roughly. So that is what I am going to do right now. So I had blended my shombo and the rest. So the next thing I am going to do is to prepare my vegetables. So for this particular one, I am using efo shoko and ugu. Please, you can use as many vegetables as you like. You can use spinach, you can use garden egg leaves, which they call efo igbo, or efo or angara leaf. You can use any vegetable of your choice, but you cannot use water leaf for this particular one. I think that's the only vegetable you cannot use for this Efo Riro. So every other vegetable will go. So I'm going to prepare my vegetables. First, I'm going to pluck out the vegetables from the stalk, and after plucking them, I'm going to cut them. The first vegetable I'll be preparing will be the ugu. So first, I am picking the ugu. After picking the ugu, the next thing I will do is to slice or cut the ugu into tiny pieces. So when I'm done cutting the ugu, the next I'll move to the shoko. So like I did with the ugu, I plucked out the shoko, the leaves from the stalk. After plucking them out, then I went ahead to slice the leaves. Now that the leaves are sliced, the next thing I'll be doing is to blanch the leaves. So I'll be pouring hot water over the leaves. I'll be pouring hot water into the bowl containing the leaves, and I will leave it for 1 minute. I'm going to leave it for 1 minute. So I poured hot water into the leaf, then I left it for about 1 minute. After that, I will go ahead and I will sieve the hot water out. I'm going to sieve the hot water out. Then after sieving it out, the next thing, I'm going to shock the leaf with cold water. The reasons why I am blanching these leaves are this: one, so that the leaves will retain their rich green colors after I finish making the soup, and also so that the leaves will not be overcooked when I introduce it back into, when I add it into the pot. So after this blanching process, so all I just have to do is to cook it just for a few minutes. So this blanching will help it to retain its green color when I finish cooking, and it will help reduce the cooking time, which will also help us to save enough nutrients. Now look at how these vegetables have shrinked. So after blanching and rinsing, you will discover that the vegetables will shrink like it did here. So this one now, they will shrink. So in your own case, when you are preparing your own, you know how you are going to, you should know the quantity of vegetables you need depending on the no, depending on the number of people that will eat the food. So you know whether to increase your vegetables, because it's going to definitely shrink immediately you pour hot water over it. Now that the vegetables are ready, it is time to prepare the soup base. So into a clean pot on fire, I'm going to add palm oil. Then I will add onions. I'm going to add iru. Iru is locust bean. This locust bean is the game changer in this Efo Riro. In fact, there is no Efo Riro without locust bean, without iru, because it elevates the taste, the aroma, and everything. In fact, that is the major seasoning that you will use for this Efo Riro. So I went ahead, stirred it continuously for some minutes so that the onions will saute. So next thing I did was to pour my pepper mix. Of course, this is the main base of the soup. So I poured in my pepper mix. I stirred continuously. Then after that, I added my ejakika, which is smoked fish. I added my beef. I added the tripe. So I seasoned with salt and seasoning cube. After seasoning, then I stirred properly. Then I covered the pot so that the water in the pepper mix will dry up. Now the water in the pepper mix is already dried. You can see now that there is no water inside the pepper mix again. So the next thing I did, I added crayfish. I stirred again and covered just to make sure that the water is completely dried. Please, I have a request to make. If you've watched up to this stage and you've not subscribed to this channel, please, what are you waiting for? Please support me now. Support me by subscribing. I beg you. Please, just hit the subscribe button. In fact, they don't charge anything. It is free of charge. Absolutely free of charge. Please, your subscription means a lot to me. Please, I'm begging you, subscribe to this channel. Help me to grow. I am begging you. Thank you so much as you subscribe. Please, let's get back into our video. So now the water from the pepper is completely dried. So now I went ahead, I added my vegetables. I added the vegetable, I stirred, then I added little stock from the meat. That is the water that I used to boil the meat. I added little so that the vegetable will have something it can use to steam. So after adding the meat stock, the next thing I did was to, adjust my seasoning. I had to taste it. So when I tasted it, I discovered that it needed some seasoning and some salt. So in your own case, if the seasoning and everything, the taste is okay, like the seasoning and salt is okay, you don't need to add anything. You don't need to add any more seasoning. But in my own case, it was not okay. So I had to adjust by adding seasoning and salt again. So after that, I stirred, then I covered so that the vegetable can, cook briefly. So it cooked for just between 3 to 5 minutes. So yes, look at the beauty we have here. Look at how beautiful, how attractive this soup is looking. Look at how colorful it is. The way this color is popping is the way the taste is. Wow. You need to try this soup. Like I said initially, this soup can go with anything. You can use it to serve eba, you can use it to serve fufu, amala, pounded yam. You can use it to serve rice, you can use it to serve boiled plantain, you can use it to serve boiled yam, even spaghetti, you name it. There's so many things that this soup can go with. It's something you should have in your fridge. So please, I need you to try it and you give me feedback. Okay, so that brings us to the end of this video. But please, before you go, please, if you have not subscribed, I am begging, in fact I'm kneeling down, please help me to subscribe, help me support this channel, help this channel to grow, please. And please drop your comments, drop your likes. Please, I love to read comments, I love the likes. And also don't forget to share with your loved ones. Thank you so super much for watching. I really appreciate you here. And until our next video, God bless you. Stay blessed. Bye bye and be safe. Please, before you go, subscribe, support me. Thank you so much. See you in our next video. Bye bye.